Hey guys, and welcome to your daily mobility flow hamstring edition. We've done a few of these before, but everybody needs hamstring mobility, yours truly included. So we're gonna start up on your feet, so you can go ahead and stand up, and we're gonna go ahead and straddle right out of the gate. So we'll go about double shoulder width. We do this a lot. We're just gonna start pretty simple with our hamstrings, and we're gonna try to attack them from multiple different angles today. So double shoulders, width in between your feet, and we're just going to hinge at the waist and lean straight over. Okay, if you want to work side to side, I always like to personally to move a little bit while I stretch, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You learn your body, learn what works best for you. Okay, we're going to transition by pivoting both your feet one direction, drop a knee down. We're going to straighten out that front knee, so we got a straight leg, and we're going to lean over into that hamstring. We'll take the tension off by breaking the knee, so bend the knee, and we're going to rock back into that. A little bit of flossing, a little bit of active mobility. Your hamstrings are knee flexors, so they close the angle at the knee. They also cross the hip joint, so by bending at the hip first, adding a bend in the knee, I don't have a lot of tension on the hamstring, but I'm putting it on for my hips. And then by straightening that knee out, because again, the hamstrings are flexors, so by extending the knee, I'm pulling that hamstring long. All right, let's roll to the other side. This one's been way tighter for me for like 2 weeks or so. It's the benefit of these like single-sided mobilizations is you can kind of approach each side with a little bit different intensity instead of just double leg, double arm stuff all the time. All right, one more rep. And then we're gonna stand back up to your feet. All right, going back up. Then we got a real simple foot elevated hamstring stretch. So you need something maybe about waist height. You could use like a couch, an armrest, something like that. We're gonna put one foot up and we're gonna lean in. Oh, there we go. Super simple. You can play around with leg height, or foot height, I should say, if you want, but it's not really required. Again, what we're doing now is straightening the knee out first, and then we're adding the hip in to increase that stretch. So we've done the opposite of what we just did. On the floor, we were anchoring the hip into a flexed position and then extending the knee to create the stretch. Now we're extending the knee and anchoring there and adding the hip in. hip flexion. Just change sides without knocking anything over. I'm trying to keep my head down so I can stay in the frame, because that's the problem with shooting stretching videos in your office. But hey, this is as good a stretch as any. If only I had a camera person that could just move the camera for me, life would be so much easier. All right, go ahead and rest. And we're gonna go back into that double leg position, double shoulder width position, sorry, that we started in the straddle, just to check and see what's been going on. I like to test and retest every now and again, so do like a stretch at the beginning and then add it back in to see. And that, for me, already feels so much better. But kind of isolating those hamstrings in the middle, and those middle stretches, then coming back at the end. And rest. Now, if you have a foam roller, let's do that. If not, you can cut the video here, or you can do it later. You can watch and then do it later. But finally, we're gonna foam roll your hamstrings. If you have a PVC pipe or a foam roller to add into your rhythm, we're gonna start with one leg on, roll the inside of your foot down towards the ground, and we're just gonna slide back and forth and smash that hamstring all the way from your glute fold, or the crease of the bottom of your butt, to the back of the knee. We'll get 4 or 5 passes on the inside with the arch of your foot down to the ground. Then we'll roll your toe up, and we'll get 4 or 5 passes right in the middle of your hamstring. And then finally we'll roll to the outside. So I'm turning the outside of my foot down to the ground and rolling down that outside portion of the hamstring. All right, and let's switch sides. So inside of the foot, roll down to the ground. This takes a little bit of practice. Rolling out does, but once you get it, you got it. I remember when I first started, even holding myself up off the ground with my arms like this, my shoulders would start to burn. I'd have to take rest breaks because of just fatigue from literally holding my body weight. So just be where you are right now and make progress. Chase improvement in yourself, not comparison to everybody else, or even comparison to where you want to be. Just get a little bit better. That's the goal. I've got the middle of the hamstring. Now I'm gonna hit the outside. Ooh, I can feel that. We should call these foam roll faces. I know I don't really use foam, I use PVC pipe, but still kind of call it foam rolling. This is like Kleenex and tissue, you know? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your daily mobility flow ultimate hamstring edition. Thanks for being here. If you followed to the end, you are a freaking rock star, and I love you. And I hope that you'll come back in a couple days for your next mobility flow. I'll see you then. Later.